were real people, I would have restraining orders against me for both of them because of how much invasive research I do into finding like as close to in-game shots as I can get and trying to replicate them. Like I was doing last-minute adjustments on Laura before coming to the con because I had seen the night before that she had more distinctive holes in
I was
the
gonna
side of her
ask like
shirt.
the creases and
Literally, I mean, like the creases, the contouring, the like how many holes and where they are, and I love the thought process of like how would this be caused in a real situation, and like how can I differentiate doing things specific to Jill that are different from Laura, that are different from a clicker, because they are all in distinct and different environments. I love that thought process.
Are you recording? Because
Please
you
tell me
should
you're
have been.
recording.
You should be.
A doorknob, all right?
No, you're at least a knocker.
Hey, so you want an intro now?
Like do the whole like 2000s like, yo, what's up YouTube?
What's going on, man? Cyborg T-Rex in the house.
There we go, that's the intro, we're done. No, but I'm Brendan from BJ in the Morning, and I'm here with...
My name is Cyborg T-Rex. I've been cosplaying since 2017. I got started being a theater kid and then kind of got introduced to cosplay through my history teacher, who was the sponsor for the Gamers Club. I was his TA my senior year of high school, and he was like, you seem like someone who might like Comic Con, have a ticket. And I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. This is gonna be my entire personality. And it was such a great way to find another outlet for my creative expression besides doing theater. Theater was really fun, but it felt like there were not a lot of opportunities for me to experiment with things I wanted to experiment with. So after dropping out of college, I ended up getting back into it kind of 2020, like I had 3 months where I wasn't working and was just like, okay, well, I gotta find something to do. Let's try sewing. And it was an amazing opportunity for me to really like push myself, push the boundaries of what I thought I could do, what was even possible. And there was a lot of trial and error. But I feel like that's kind of what that time was for, was experimenting and growing and like pushing yourself to do things that you'd never done before. And it was a lot of fun, and I found out I really liked doing it. And not only that, people online thought I was at least relatively good at it. And that kind of led into me making purposeful connections with people at Fan Fusion, and then that led into connections with Sabotin, and then they all kind of just like barrel rolled into itself, where I was, again, apparently other people thought that I was really good at it, because to me, I'm always like, what's the next thing I can do that's gonna be better than this? How can I take the thing that I've considered done and improve upon it? That's constantly where I like to be, is in a state of, how can this be done better? So apparently other people think I'm doing a good enough job that I'm on an interview, or like have been in costume contests and won awards, which is insane and a huge honor for me to be able to be like, I'm an award-winning cosplayer.
Yeah.
And I'm here in a thrifted costume covered in fake blood. And it's like, but I'm a professional.
No, it's funny that you mentioned that stuff. Like me and Juan, we do like a lot of last-minute cosplays. Like just what can we find around the house that will make this work? My first time cosplaying at all, I made an entire like head-to-toe suit of the TARDIS, but as a Transformer.
Oh, that's really cool.
For Phoenix Comic Con at the time is what it was called. Enough to the point where like Nerdist.com had me on their website, like a picture of me, and I thought that was the coolest thing, right? Like, and you don't realize that a lot of, like especially cosplayers, we don't hear the backstory of like how they got into it or why they got into what they get into. So like hearing that you were a theater kid, it makes sense. I was a theater kid in high school. I went to college right out of high school to get into theater and ended up dropping out because I wanted to go to film school. So that kind of shifted around and everything. But cosplay for us started when I was in college for theater. Like Juan dressed up as Nightwing. Right, that was your first time.
Dude, that's awesome.
And it looked great, and he had a good time. And I'm walking around in my Dennis Nedry from Jurassic Park, like black smudge across my face.
Yes.
And it didn't catch on at first for a lot of us until we like really got into the next step, whatever it might be. Like building a suit out of cardboard in a week before a con is the stupidest thing I've ever done in my life, but the most rewarding. And we did the same thing last year for Comic Con, or for Fan Fusion up in Phoenix. We were the Jeep and the Ford Explorer from Jurassic Park, but as Transformers.
Nice.
We did it in a week.
Yeah.
Like we would get off work at 8 p.m., right? It was around then. And then work until 3 a.m. to get those done. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of time and effort. And anyone else out online or see your photos, anything like that, like they see the finished product, but you've definitely been doing it for a long time. So why don't we go backwards a little bit, right?
Okay.
So you talked about 2020 is about when you got started in it. So what was your very first character that you ever cosplayed, and what inspired you to do that character over however many were on your list at the time?
The official first cosplay I ever wore to any Comic Con was the Injustice World 2 Harley Quinn, and it was a really bad Party City wig that my mom and I hand sewed a headband into so it'd actually stay on my head, a tank top that I'd had for way too long that I drew a Sharpie Joker image on, and a pleather jacket that I covered in duct tape the night before. And that is the official first cosplay. When I actually started becoming a cosplayer, I made Wonder Woman, the Gal Gadot version, entirely out of foam. It was the first time where I was like, I'm gonna do something absolutely ridiculous and it's gonna look awesome.
Yeah.
It did not. But the updated version of it did look really cool. I learned more about sealing foam and proper applications of paint and like what kind of stuff to use when you're doing that kind of stuff. The second version of it was really awesome. I wore it to Fan Fusion in like 2021 or something and ended up competing in it. It was a huge honor and a huge opportunity to be able to do that. But yeah, Wonder Woman was kind of the out the gate, like, this is my debut costume.
And out of all the characters that you've done, which I know has been a lot, right? Which one felt like the most natural for you to embody?
Honestly, it's the horror characters. Jill Valentine, Laura Croft, even the Clicker a little bit. There's something about it that's like, if there was an apocalypse, what would I be wearing? And there's something about it where it's like, I love showing up in a jeans and a t-shirt, and it looks like it took a lot of effort to get into it. Some people will see Wonder Woman and they're like, oh yeah, that's cool, it's Wonder Woman, okay, well, whatever. But then they see like the Clicker and the pose and the mask, and they're like, what the heck was that? I love that reaction when like people have to stop and really take it in. I had people all day yesterday when I was Laura come up and be like, dude, the body paint is insane. And it's like, thank you. I have been working and learning how to do proper wounds and dirt and body paint for almost 10 years now. And so it's like, yes, I've made it.
And speaking of like doing Laura Croft yesterday, like we ran into each other.
Yes.
And I know who you are. I followed you. I had no idea it was you though. Like I'm sure you get that that reaction a lot, right? Like
For sure.
some people probably don't recognize it's you, depending on the cosplay.
Depending on the costume, for
especially
sure.
like today with the Clicker.
Yeah, and if I'm walking around with the mask on, unless you knew there was going to be a Clicker at the convention, I don't think that there would be a lot of people that would be like, oh yeah, that's Cyborg T-Rex. Cool, all right.
How's that feel for you though? Like, of course, being a fan, like, I saw you for the character that you play. Like, how does that feel for you as the cosplayer?
Honestly, it's really exciting. It's a way that I would prefer people to experience the costumes is that they see the costume and they immediately see the character. And that they're like, that looks like it immediately came out of the world that it exists in, and that they see that embodiment, and then they have to take another second and be like, oh wait, hey, I know you. I really like that as an experience.
So let's bring it down. We're here at Tucson Comic Con, which is really awesome for
Absolutely
both, right?
amazing. It's so cool to be here.
So how does like the crowd here at Tucson Comic Con compared to other cons that you've been to?
There's something about Tucson that's really special. People that live in Tucson really value local community, and it's amazing that it feels that way while you're here. There's a lot of other cons where you kind of feel overwhelmed by just, oh my gosh, everyone is here from everywhere and I don't know how to keep up with it. And there's something about being at Tucson where even when, like, we're here today, there's so many more people here today than there were yesterday, and yet it still feels like you're part of the community. You're part of like the Tucson crowd. And all of the vendors here are super cool. They really seem to genuinely love what they're doing and want to like talk to other people and get plugged into the local community. And I've met so many people that are like, oh, hey, we're working on this project and we want to bring you on board because we really like the skill set that you have. And it's so cool because I've never had experiences like that.
Yeah, we've had a lot of really great interactions. Like, you were one of our first interactions when we came in yesterday. And it felt, I think we've mentioned it a couple times to each other, me and Juan, that it feels full here, but not crowded.
Yes.
And full can mean that, yeah, the rooms feel full, but they don't feel bad. And it feels full like people are interacting and having a good time. And the amount of interactions we've had just today, and we've only been here since it opened, it's been a few hours now, but the amount of interactions we've had have been so solid.
Yeah.
Have there been any, maybe not just here, but in general, any interactions that really stand out to you? Like something you'll hold on till maybe you hang up the cape or whatever you'd like to say?
I had one interaction when I was guesting at Phoenix Fan Fusion where a girl came up to me and she was like, okay, I have a question. And I'm like, okay, that could be literally anything. And she was talking about how she was working on a piece of her costume and she was really concerned and confused about how to apply it. And I was like, hang on a second. And I go under my desk and I had the exact piece she was talking about under my desk and was able to give her a visual demonstration of what I did, how I would do it differently in the future, what are adjustments that you can make. Like, it was so cool to be able to be like, not only can I help you and I have the active skills to be able to just talk to you about it, I happen to have a visual demonstration magically in my closet.
Yeah.
Like, that was amazing. And she left and she was like, that really helped clear things up for me in the fact that you had a visual aid, which, I mean, what are the chances of that?
Right.
Were really helpful and insightful for her.
That's awesome. And you've made like a lasting interaction and connection with someone who came to you as a fan, right?
Yeah.
That's really awesome. Getting back to Tucson and Arizona, since we've both been to those cons, right?
Yes.
Arizona Heat and cosplay. As someone who's done Dennis Nedry and cardboard box complete full sets, I know how bad the heat can get.
Someone who's done an entire foam costume. Yep,
Right.
I totally get it.
How do you manage that? Like, how do you combat and beat the heat, as we say in
Get
Arizona?
inside as fast as possible and avoid it as much as humanly possible.
Yeah.
And I wish I had a better explanation. There are probably some Mando cosplayers that'd be like, oh yeah, I've got like a water vest that keeps my chest cool and I've got like 5 fans going in my helmet, and I'm like, I don't know, dude, I just live here.
Yeah, you wore jeans, right?
I'm wearing fake sweat right now. So, I mean, I actually would encourage people to be out in the heat if they want to look like this.
Yeah. What are you most excited to see or do at Tucson Comic Con this year?
I love seeing the costume contest. I got to go 2 years ago, which is the last time that I came here. The cosplayers specifically at Tucson Comic Con come in with such a passion and such a joy for doing it. The girl that got first place when I was here last time was the, oh my goodness, the welder, the blacksmith from The Mandalorian.
Right.
She's a deaf cosplayer, and everybody in the audience found out that she was deaf. And when she went up on stage, I'm gonna cry. When she got up on stage announcing that she got first place, everybody applauded in silence for her.
That's amazing.
That is an experience you're not going to get anywhere else. That is something that is so special that you're really only going to experience in a place where you understand that we are all here together. I love costume contests. That was really like a thing that got me doing this at the level that I do it at, because everything that I'm making at a competition level.
Yeah.
So I do feel like I hold myself to a higher standard in that way, but it produces excellence. I will always encourage people that if you want something that's going to challenge you and encourage you, do a costume contest. Don't go in expecting to win, because that's not the point. But when you get to show off your costume critically, it not only helps you analyze and reflect on how your skills stack up as a craftsman, but it allows you to get more information from other people that take the craft seriously and also want to grow. It's one of the reasons I started my panel. I've got a panel called Networking for Cosplayers, and it's basically the behind the scenes of costume contests, but you don't have to be on stage and you don't have to worry about presenting anything. But it's a way to meet people who have different skills than you, so that way you can hopefully call on them and be like, I have no idea what I'm doing with this. Can you help me? And they will. I have such a hard time with that, specifically with the clicker mask. So I had no idea what I was doing when I made this. And so it is, I'm completely blind with it, and I have to pull down one of the pedals, which ended up actually being like a mistake that I made. So that is the only way that I can see if I'm wearing it, which means that I either have to peel off part of my face in order to see and traumatize everyone, or I have to just stand in a pose until somebody tells me you don't have to pose anymore.
Has someone just walked away on you?
No, yes. Often.
That's why you're here today, right?
Stand there. I was so glad that my husband came today, because I knew I was doing this, and I'm like, I'm gonna need some backup with this one, because I'm unruly to begin with, and doing the clicker unlocks a new part of my brain where I'm just like full gremlin mode.
It's the masked hero thing, right?
Oh,
like
yeah.
heroes and villains that wear
Yeah.
masks, they get away with a lot more.
No one would ever know it's me anymore.
Right, not with posting on your story or anything, right?
No, not a, yeah. Who looks at that anyway?
And definitely not me. I'm just kidding. Okay.
You and 3 other people.
That's how it is sometimes, though, right? I get like such a kick out of just like a friend of mine reposting my stuff sometimes. Like that means so much more to me than like a stranger sometimes liking something, or
Yeah.
we talk about interactions all the time. Like he gets recognized way more than I do
Really?
around town.
It's
the
weird.
Both hair. So
The hair, just like in general.
yeah, and I've been just told that I have a good podcast
Well,
voice,
you've
and
got
I'll
the
take
mustache.
that. This is new, and
Is
it
it?
was a mistake. I shaved this part too short, and I didn't want to mess with the stash. So
I think it's fantastic.
Thank you. I wish I
Clearly,
had stuff.
I am a fan of a good mustache.
what do you use? What
Nothing.
Nothing.
That is the unfortunate thing that I have
Just
to
know in
tell
my
you
mind
is
I'm flipping
that-
you off. Many people are intimidated by cosplay.
Yes.
I'm one of them. I'm sure you've been intimidated in the past. What's one thing you would probably tell someone trying to get into it, or a myth that you'd want to bust for those people who might think it's just too much?
You do not have to make your own costume in order to be a cosplayer. The only reason you need to make your costume is if you're in a craftsmanship competition and you are being judged on how you construct things. Other than that, buy something off of Amazon. If you really want to get into it and you're scared to, or if you have no idea what you're doing, get an iron so you can iron your costume, because for the love of God, please iron your costumes. And just get with something that you really identify with. It doesn't matter. The great thing, the common thing that is said throughout cosplay is that cosplay is for everyone. And so if you have characters that you really identify with, cosplay that. Like, it really is. One of the reasons I started with Wonder Woman is because I look up to her so much. She was my childhood. And so to be able to embody someone who is brave and fearless and kind and generous to people, like those are like things that I aspire to embody. And so doing Wonder Woman was like, what is the best way that I can represent myself in the highest level? So I wanted to do Wonder Woman. The same could be someone from an anime that you can get from Amazon, or maybe you want to buy one from like Heroes Time and do Spider-Man or something like that. Like, there is no barrier for what counts. It just matters that you're having fun. Because at the end of the day, the main word in cosplay is play. And so you should be having fun. I want cons to be more cringy, honestly. I want people to have fun again. Like, it does not have to be that serious. Even the costume contests do not have to be that serious. If you're doing the international one, maybe stress a little bit because it's the international contest.
Right.
It doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't have to be intimidating. People on the internet that might have scared people out of it are never gonna say anything to your face. It's just not how real life works. People are way more mean on the internet because they have anonymity. And when you are in real life, people compliment you. People are gonna point out, oh, hey, I really like that show, I like your costume. Like, and that is an amazing feeling of just being like, oh my gosh, we like the same thing, and that means that we have something in common, and that's how you start building relationships. I love that.
Are you good?
One slow clapping in the background.
You know how you were crying earlier? You're getting him.
And make just one more thing. Find stuff around your house that you can make. I wanted to do a bow and arrow for Laura yesterday. This is embroidery floss I already had, an arm wrap that I harvested from the clicker costume, a clothes hanger, and then I covered it in foam. This took me maybe 8 hours. Now, granted, I've been doing this for a while, and so putting something like this together was no problem for me. But this I made entirely out of materials I already owned. It doesn't look great, but again, it's not for a competition, and everyone knows what it is when you see it.
Right.
That's something that's really important, is that you can use the things that you have around your own home to make something that looks really cool that maybe inspires someone else to make one. So anyway. Like I said, it's made out of a clothes hanger and foam. What's it gonna do?
No, and again, it's like with us too, we got boxes from our jobs.
You got boxes from your shops.
Like, we bought some stuff, mainly paint, right? You can't make paint most of the time.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know how.
You can go 4-inch or something.
Yeah, for the dyes and the
Yeah, which how are you gonna do that in Tucson?
Right. I really like that you said, like, finding that common ground with a stranger is so big. It's something that I feel like the internet's taken away from us, but also it should give us more of an opportunity. I just wanted to point that out. But I have 2 more questions. Last one, what's on your bucket list, like cosplay bucket list? What's something that seems unachievable right now that you hope to achieve in the future?
That is an excellent way to phrase that question, because that is like a very long list, but you narrowed it down to just one. So I have a dream one day of I will build the Mother Miranda costume from Resident Evil Village, and I want to take it. I want to build it so well that I get to go to the international competition. I do not have the storage space to make those wings yet. Oh, by the way, excuse me, I want to hand embroider the entire tabard that she wears. I want to be able to hand cut all of the feathers from everything, and she's got 5 wings on both sides. I want them to move, and I want a way to be able to pull them in and flare them out and then click them in place, and then I'll have, for like the performance, I want to be able to close them, open them up, find Ethan Winters, pick up a heart and squeeze blood all over my face. And that'll be my performance when I go international. So it's huge. I can do all of the things. I just have to set aside the time and energy to be able to do it and do it really well. But I don't have the storage space for those wings right now. And there are a couple of things like the giant halo where I'm like, I have no idea how to figure out how to do that technologically. And the movement of the wings is something that I'm still learning how to do. But that's like, I will, when I make that, and if I go international with that, I'll retire. I don't even know what I'll do after that. I will have peaked. There will be something, but since that game came out, I was like, that is my magnum opus, 100%.
It's just so funny because I just beat that game.
You just played
weekend.
it!
Last weekend. I started it when it came out on, like, I was streaming on Twitch, and I never got back to it. It's just one of those games that kind of got pushed aside from whatever. But you're describing it, and I'm seeing, because I just did that fight, like 3 days ago. So that's crazy. Also, my question for that then is, who's gonna be your Ethan Winters, because we never see his face?
So there have actually been a lot of people that do Ethan Winters and just put like a mask over their face and then put
Have you
like
seen the
a wig on
model
it.
from the game? He just doesn't have a head.
No, he literally doesn't have a head.
I think that's so funny. Like
I love that he has never had a face.
Yeah.
Ever.
We got a cheekbone, I think.
They did Ethan so poorly. They did him so dirty.
But do you think that makes you feel more like involved with that character, more like you are that person?
I think that there's definitely a little bit of that. I'm such a faker. I don't play any of the video games for the safety of my husband's head.
Okay.
He has seen me play video games, and I have gotten this close to actually breaking a keyboard because I get so mad.
Yeah.
Because it seems like it's something that's simple and that I should be able to get it immediately, and I get mad when I can't get it right the first time. So I'm not like that in a lot of areas. Like there's a lot of times where I'm like, yeah, okay, like this is gonna be a bit of a learning curve and I need to be pacing myself and I need to start by learning how to do this so then I can build up and I can start doing this. But with a video game, I'm like, I don't know. You have 4 buttons and a joystick. How can I not shoot straight?
Yeah. Mechanics.
So for the safety of my husband.
It was lag.
Yeah, that's definitely what it was.
No, I think that's okay though, right? And it's okay to play games on easy, because stories are why we play games most of the time. Challenge is why we keep going back to games.
Yeah.
But I
love watching like playthroughs. I've probably seen more lore videos than people have game time in those games. So I don't have any actual experience, but I've got a lot more information than you do.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I beat it in less than 6 hours. So
there you go. Yeah, I've probably seen, specifically for Resident Evil, whenever I'm in Jill, if anyone's like, oh my gosh, like, what did you think about such and such game? And it's like, I don't know, but I have over 24 hours worth of research experience, so I've got you beat in game hours. The thing for me is that I don't want people to come up to me and be like, like if I'm wearing a Nirvana shirt and they're like, oh, how many Nirvana songs can you name? And it's like, I don't know, like 2?
Teen Spirit.
Yeah, right.
In Bloom.
I don't know, but I don't want people to come up to me as a girl in cosplay, and be like, oh, you don't know anything. What is Jill's? I don't know, something stupid. Like, what kind of gun does she use?
Yeah.
And it's like
one that shoots.
Yeah.
When you have ammo.
Right. It's like, I don't know, but like, why does that matter? But also, she has this kind of gun with this kind of caliber, and like, go pound sand somewhere else. Go suck on a lemon, as they say.
So last quick question. Shouldn't take too long. What's your favorite movie of all time? I know it's a hard one. I said it's a quick one, but I was lying.
You were lying. That's literally the hardest question.
Oh, I know. We're gonna judge you on this, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. Well, that's one of the reasons
this is more
I'm
than
worried.
signs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like astrological signs don't mean anything to me, but your favorite movies mean everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Tim Curry's Clue. It's definitely up there as one of my absolute favorites of all time. I will never stop recommending it to people because a lot of people haven't seen it.
Have you seen it?
That might be one of the reasons why you gotta watch it, man. It's so good.
So when we do our
they
deep
have
dive,
alternate endings. It's it's so good. It's so corny, and it's so like there is not a flaw in that film. It's amazing. They pull I literally could go on and on and on. Jurassic Park is definitely up there as one of my absolute favorites of all time.
have you seen that one?
I might get some flack for this. Ice Age.
The first one?
The first one.
Okay.
Ice Age is definitely one of my. The last guy must be last one this season. Was this a pine cone? That'll be the cold open.
Yep. I haven't thought of that movie until Alien Earth came out and they had it in the show. Like they watched the movie, like the main characters watch Ice Age, and I haven't thought of that. That's crazy. That's really fun.
It's so good. It's so comforting. It's one of those films where you're like, you know that like it's kind of a low stakes adventure.
Yeah.
I love it.
You know
so
how
much.
it's gonna end.
Yeah.
There's 17 sequels.
I don't talk about any of the sequels. It's like Shrek. I'm like, it's fine. I'm gonna so much flack for that in the comments, by the way. Like, it's just
No one comments on our videos.
There's 10,000 there's like 10,000 movies about it, and I literally, I don't know. The first one was good, and after that, I never watched any of them.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
That's me with Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
It ends after The Lost World for me. Like there was no others.
I watched
Jurassic
the second
Park 3
one finally,
sometimes.
like the original second one.
The Lost
and
World?
It's
Yeah.
so good.
Compared
it was
to-
so good. Comparison
Yeah.
to Jurassic World.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about it. We don't need to get into that today.
No, we don't. But what we do need to get into is you just telling everyone here where they can find you, how to find you, and what's your next con?
Instagram.
Have you announced that yet?
On Instagram at Cyborg T-Rex. That is literally the only place you will find me active. So please go follow me on Instagram. Next con, TBD.
I'm going too.
On it, yeah. This was the last thing that I had planned. It's the last thing that I have tickets for. There's a couple that we're considering. I might find like some smaller ones to go to that I'd love to be a part of. But mainly, I'd just like to be able to spend the rest of the year nurturing relationships that I'm building here. So I might try to do more podcasts or maybe work on a movie. I think that those opportunities would be really cool to be able to pursue. I think people have seen enough of me at cons that.
Yeah, there's more to you, right?
Yeah. This
maybe.
definitely isn't my entire personality or anything. Definitely.
I mean, here we are.
It's pretty close.
But it's been awesome. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. It's been like an hour and a half now, so
Whatever.
it's fine.
It's been a blast. I can't wait to go get noodles, but this has been amazing.
Yeah, well, go get the noodles. You're free. We'll set you free.
Yes!